Hi, I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio, and today we want to share with you how we are giving back to our community.
And how we're helping home sellers have success.
Take a look at this story we did with our dear friend, Debbie.
What was most enjoyable about the process of selling your home?
That's a tough question at this point. Moving wasn't anything that I had thought of before COVID-19, but it's just been, things have been really well handled. Everything just kind of went as planned, faster than planned, right? People were here taking pictures. I had an offer before it went live, and it just kept moving down the road. And my situation, I'm not the only one in this situation, I'm sure, but the help and understanding that I got from you folks, right? This is gonna make me start crying again because I'm starting to say goodbye to people, right?
Yeah.
But I think you made that process easier and really helped me out with retiring, and I went through all my money due to COVID, and I needed help selling. I couldn't afford to spend any more than I had to because this is all I have left. I was able to buy a place with my equity and live off my Social Security now, which is something that I really didn't think was going to happen. I thought I had a shopping cart with my name on it.
So where are you relocating next? What's your plan?
To Lake Havasu, Arizona, but I'm locating there. There is a really small ice rink there that just opened. It wasn't really there when I thought about it. But it's there for recreation, and it's something that I'm going to be looking into, and I've talked to the lady, and hopefully that'll be something. But if not, you have allowed me to maintain my equity and keep my everything from going downhill so that I can move and afford to do what I'm doing and actually have some cash in the bank for another rainy day, because I went through all of mine here.
Was there anything that really surprised you about going through this home selling process?
I think the fact that it ran so smoothly so far, it's just going down that assembly line that you and I were talking about earlier. But other than that, I think anything when you're selling something, of this big thing, things pop up, like buyers are a little unhappy with something and you got to work things out, right? And the seller's a little unhappy, but you got to work things out. So, those are the normal things that happen, but they were worked out very quickly. So, that's how the process has been for me. And I heard a lot about y'all, so I thought I'd see if it was true. Well, guess what? It is.
What advice do you have for any first-time home sellers, or maybe someone who just hasn't sold a home for a really long time?
I think one of the things that I was surprised about, I owned one other piece of property before I moved here, and I didn't do a real good job saving. But one thing that I made sure that I did was to put the money, as much as I could of the money I had, into a piece of property. And without this, and I had saved a fairly good sized, it wasn't anything I could retire off of, but it was enough to rainy day fund and all that kind of stuff, and it's gone. I never spent that money that came out of my other little place when I first moved here. I made sure I put that into a piece of property because that's all I had. And if I didn't have that, and the help of you guys selling this and helping me and waiving your fee, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't be able to buy this little place and have I'm going from $2,200 a month to $550 a month.
Wow.
And that's and I can afford that on my Social Security check now, right? And I needed somebody to help me maximize what I had. And so I was able to keep my credit and not mess that up and not have any bad marks on my house payments. And so all of that has been helpful.
Well, Debbie, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your journey and your story, and for doing this interview with us today.
Welcome. I appreciate it, and thank all of your team. I think there's Anna and Alicia and Howard and Robin and you and Attilio and probably
Ray.
And probably some others that I haven't met yet.
And thank you for acknowledging them.
No, you're welcome.
Because it is a team effort. Yep. Well, I'm glad that you're pleased with the team approach, and we've taken the stress, well, as much as the stress as we possibly can out of that home selling process for you.
Okay, thank you very much, Adrienne. You have a great day.
All right, aloha.
Hope you enjoyed our story about our dear friend Debbie.
And if you know someone that's been financially impacted due to COVID-19 and needs to sell their home,
we want to help. All you have to do is go to helpingoahu.com. Again, that's helpingoahu.com.
Be safe and aloha.